Hey guys, welcome back. Dayne Hughes here again from Catalyst Personal Training. Today's talk is going to be about tradies and how tradies go about their business and their training. Today's talk actually goes out to Nathan Archer and Ryan Colbert back home in my hometown in Castlemaine, Victoria. Yes, tradies. Okay, tradies or workers, people who work and labour and that are still trying to bodybuild and grow muscle. So how do tradies train and eat? Okay, so obviously when tradies in Australia go to work, there's obviously a stereotype that if you're going against the norm with your eating, you're going to cop a lot of flack for that. So particularly smoko in Australia, or your first break that you have in the morning, most tradies or the older boys are going to be eating buns and vanilla slices and all kinds of junk food from the local bakery. And if the young guys go against that and they start pulling out chicken breasts and broccoli and rice, they're going to cop a lot of flack from the older guys. But that's just one thing you're just going to have to get over. You're just going to have to get on with the job. If you want to grow muscle, you're going to have to eat like you want to grow muscle. You can't go with the norm like the older boys and go down to the bakery and have a chocolate milk or a Coke or whatever the hell that those guys are having and expect to go into the gym later on that day, or even if you came from the gym that morning or whatever, and to be able to grow muscle. So you're going to have to start to change the way you think about your food and your attitude towards being sort of ridiculed, I guess, by the older guys who have been there and done that and all that sort of thing. So smoko and just how you eat at work is something you're just going to have to get right if you want to be able to grow muscle. You can't follow those guys down that road to the local bakery if you expect to grow muscle. So another thing here is alcohol at the end of the working day or at the end of the working week. My dad's a builder, so I know how it goes. The boys usually stand around the work site and have a few beers at the end of the week or at the end of the working day, whatever it is, and they'll have 5 or 6 beers there. So if you look at it like that, let's say your daily carbohydrate intake is we're from 150 grams of carbohydrates to 300 grams of carbohydrates. You're going to easily go over that just with a few beers at the end of the working day or at the end of the working week. So you can't do that. So you can't follow the pack if you're a tradie. Weekend lifestyle. That's another thing. A lot of tradies are young guys, so that they're going to go out on Fridays and Saturday nights, and maybe even if they're really keen, hit it up on Sunday as well. So if you want to build muscle, you've got to allow your body the opportunity to do that, and you're not going to be able to do that if you're out to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning instead of at home sleeping trying to grow muscle. So weekend lifestyle comes into it. So at the moment we've got how you eat during the week, avoiding being ridiculed for how you eat if you want to grow muscle. You're going to have to sacrifice drinking with the boys at work and perhaps at the end of the week, and then you're also going to have to somewhat sacrifice your weekend lifestyle a little bit if you want to grow muscle, because next point here is sleep. You're going to have to sleep a lot. I mean, you're already working an 8 to 10 hour day in a physical job, which is going to be burning a hell of a lot of calories. And if you're out to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on a Friday or Saturday night or whatever it is, you're just asking way too much of your body to be able to do anything other than get progressively worse. Sort of already covered this one, peer pressure from the boys, whether that's on the weekends. I mean, you're going to get the phone calls, you're going to get the text messages, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to have to sort of just make that decision. What do you really want? Do you really want to grow your body and to sort of be a little bit above average, or do you want to just conform? So that's just going to be one of the things you're going to have to decide. Another thing you'll probably cop on the work side is that, the boys will be calling you an idiot, I guess. And under here I've got you're an idiot until you're not. So everyone's at the beginning will probably give you a hell of a lot of flack. And then as soon as summer comes around and the work singlet comes out and you're starting to look pretty good with the abs, and all the girls working past the work site start looking at you and not them, you're going to be the idiot until you're not. You know what I mean? So get your goal, Don't listen to anybody else. Don't worry about peer pressure. If you're a good worker, you'll keep your job anyway. I mean, no one's going to get fired for being a bodybuilder. So just listen to yourself and trust yourself if that's your goal. Okay, and don't worry about whatever the boys are saying, because at the end of the day, after 6 months of training and eating right, they're going to be the ones following you and asking you for advice. What do you do, mate? What do you do, mate? You know, and they'll all be following you and asking you rather than you being the outcast. Now you're the leader. So now, okay, so that's all the peer pressure and sort of mental crap covered. Now what we need to do is figure out, how do you go about your training? Because like I said before, you're already doing a 9 to 10 hour day of really physical, hard, you know, laborious sort of work, which has a huge impact on your body, your joints and your recovery ability and all that sort of deal. So how do you go about your training? So after a 9 to 10 hour day working, do you go into the gym and then try and smash out a 1 hour, 1.5 hour marathon gym session? I wouldn't. What I would do, if your food's all, you know, 100% right all through the day, if you can either get in the morning or in the night, it doesn't really matter when you train, the intensity has to be really, really high. So the workout has to be short, but the intensity has to be high. So you're really hitting the muscle super hard, you're shocking the muscle, you're hitting the muscle really, really hard, but you're not doing marathon sessions. Your body's already, you know, somewhat fatigued anyway, so we don't want to spend an hour and a half in the gym, you know, absolutely smashing you to death even further, you know what I mean? So, you know, a couple of familiarization sets, keep the reps really low, and then just load up the weight there, and then just really just shock the muscle. I mean, it depends where you're at personally with your training, with the weight and all that sort of deal, but personally I would just one set to absolute failure after you're nice and warm and all that sort of deal, and multiple muscle groups just to really shock the muscle. Cardio wise, I mean, you're doing a 9 to 10 hour day at work anyway. If you couple that with the clean eating, you should be pretty lean anyway. You shouldn't really need to do crap loads of cardio, but if you really want to throw in cardio 2 or 3 times a week with your weight workouts as well, I would do the same thing as your weights. It's got to be high intensity. You don't want to be doing 1 hour sessions of cardio. You would be getting in there and you would be doing, you know, your 10-minute interval training cardio, just dripping in sweat after 10 minutes. Trust me, 10 minutes of anything done really hard will absolutely shock your body into burning fat. So workout intensity is high, whether it's weights or cardio. The workout time is low. Okay, so you really should just be getting in there, warming up, half an hour into the gym, and then get out, get home, recover, because you've got to get up at, you know, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning the next day to go and do another 9-10 hour day at work. And then obviously recover and do all the right things. Okay, so all the right things means your sleep, it means your water, it means your nutrition, it means your vitamins and your minerals. So, you know, multivitamins, fish oils, B vitamins, all that sort of stuff. And start to educate yourself. I mean, you can, all the information's out there in books or online or whatever it is, and start to educate yourselves as much as you can. Trial some things might work for you, some things might not, and just see what works best for you. But I guarantee you, if you start to do all the right things all the time without wavering, then you'll start to see the results in the gym. I can guarantee you what a lot of tradies are going to be doing. They're going to be, especially the young guys, harder is more. Okay, that's not the case, guys. You really need to just back that ego off a little bit, and if it means staying at home 2 nights in a row and getting your body right and resting, and then going into the gym and having a really hard, intense workout, then that's what you do. I mean, if you're going to get anywhere, you've got to really give your body time to do it, and take your head out of the game and start listening to your body. Okay, because I guarantee you, the more you listen to your body, the better results are going to be. So, tradies, okay, I know it's hard, but it's not impossible. Okay, so make sure that you do all the right things all the time, and I guarantee you guys, you'll get your results. But you can't listen to the older boys as much as they're going to hang it on you, so don't worry about that. Okay, this is Dayne Hughes. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, all that sort of stuff. And if you've got any more questions, guys, don't be afraid to ask, and always here. Thanks, guys. Bye.